Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Curt Robbins. We're experts at AI coaching and helping professionals like you and your employees upskill in AI. In the world of AI policy, power structures can and do shift quite rapidly. We've just seen a major change at the very top of the US government's tech advisory body. So let's break down what happened and, more importantly, what it means for the future.
Our analysis today is based on an article from TechCrunch, published on March 26, 2026. It's titled, David Sacks is Done as AIs Are, and it was written by Connie Loizos. The piece really details a fascinating shakeup in terms of who advises the president on artificial intelligence. So, we'll explore this development by looking at 5 key areas. First, the transition itself. Then we'll define this new council. After that, we'll examine the shift in influence, take a look at the powerful new members, and finally discuss what this all could mean for policy going forward. All right, let's start with the headline news, a significant change in leadership and role for a very key figure. David Sacks has officially concluded his 130-day term. His role as the administration's dedicated AI and crypto czar has come to an end. Now, he's not leaving government service entirely. Instead, he's transitioning to a new position as co-chair of the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology, which you'll often see referred to as PCAST. So that begs the question, what exactly is this PCAST council that he's moving to? And what is its function? Well, PCAST is a federal advisory body. It's designed to study complex science and technology issues, produce detailed reports, and then send its recommendations up the chain of command. But here's the crucial distinction. It serves in an advisory capacity. It does not create policy directly. And this isn't some new committee. The council has a very long history, existing in various forms all the way back to the Roosevelt administration, adapting over the decades to the technological challenges of each era. Okay, this brings us to the core of the matter, the shift in influence. Let's compare the practical differences between his old job and his new one. When you put the two roles side by side, the contrast in power is quite stark. As AI czar, Sacks had a direct hand in shaping policy, with a direct line to the president. As PCAST co-chair, he's in an advisory role. Recommendations are made, and reports are sent up through formal channels. It's a fundamental change from direct action to indirect influence. Sacks himself has actually framed this as an expansion of his scope. He said, I think moving forward as co-chair of PCAST, I can now make recommendations on not just AI, but an expanded range of technology topics. So this suggests a trade-off, less direct power on a single topic in exchange for broader advisory influence on many. The true significance of this development, however, might just lie in who makes up the council that Sacks is now co-chairing. And when you look at the list, it's not a group of academics. This council is absolutely packed with the titans of Silicon Valley. We're talking about Jensen Huang of NVIDIA, Mark Zuckerberg of Meta, Larry Ellison of Oracle, Sergey Brin from Google. The list goes on. These are literally the people building the future they are now tasked with advising on. Sacks himself acknowledged how extraordinary this group is, stating it has, quote, the most star power of any group like this ever assembled. You know, this concentration of direct industry leadership is truly without precedent. And their stated agenda is quite ambitious. The council is set to focus on several critical national interests, including a national AI framework, advanced semiconductors, quantum computing, and even nuclear power. But the most immediate priority seems to be AI regulation. So what are the potential implications of having such an industry-heavy council advising on policy? To understand that, it helps to look at some historical context. If you look at PCAST's recent history, its impact has varied significantly. Under the Obama administration, the council was highly productive. In the first Trump administration, it was slow to form and had minimal impact. The Biden administration's council was heavily academic. The clear takeaway here is that the council's influence isn't a given. It really depends on its composition and whether the administration is actively listening. But this current PCAST, as the source material points out, is a completely different animal. It's constructed almost entirely from the executive suites of the very companies that are shaping the technology it's supposed to be advising on. And this is where some serious ethical questions begin to arise. This new structure brings up the same kinds of concerns that were voiced when Sacks received ethics waivers that allowed him to keep his financial stakes in AI companies while he was in a position to shape federal policy. And this all leads us to the central, critical question this new arrangement poses. What happens when the architects of modern technology are also serving as its chief government advisors? Thank you for watching. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition. If you like these videos, use the QR code at the beginning of this video to buy us a coffee or hire us to coach you or your employees in AI. We encourage you to subscribe to the AI for Career Success YouTube channel and to like, comment, and share this overview to help us reach a wider audience.